I want to talk compliance this week because there's been some really interesting things that have happened lately. The CFPB has kicked out a few interesting cases in the mortgage industry where they've gone after companies for misleading consumers and doing things like that. But the CFPB is still working on really big cases. And what I am finding out through emails from friends and messages inside the coop is that the states are actually upping their game and starting to go after really interesting things. So I want to give you just a few things to think about this week. If you work in a state in the mortgage business, then these are the things you might want to pay attention to. The first one is your emails. So more and more I am hearing from people that get audited that the regulator went through their email looking for unlicensed activity, proof of kickbacks, things like that. So we knew they were going through our social media, but we did not know that they were like diving in at the state level and reading all of your emails to find out if you ever emailed somebody saying, hey, I can totally do that loan for you when you're not actually licensed in that state. So number one, your emails are definitely going to be looked at. And so pay attention to that. And first of all, don't do anything wrong, but also, when you email, just remember that that comes in context for you, but a regulator might see that email and the way you phrased it and go, oh, that's really interesting. What did they mean by that? So just be really clear with your consumers. It's better for business anyway. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we're finding out that some regulators are looking at your Facebook page for all of the licensing things that that state requires, and some states are different than others. So for example, the state of Washington wants an NMLS consumer access link on all of your websites, but they refer to your Facebook page as one of your websites. And so remember that if you have a business page set up on Facebook for your mortgage business, then that NMLS consumer access button needs to be on there, or at least a link to the page that shows you. And that's specific to the state of Washington, although other states may be looking at that as well. Finally, and this is the craziest one, I had a friend who just got examined by a state, and that state was looking at the reviews on their website. Now, what they did is they've got a Google review, think of RSS kind of feed, like they've got a Google review button on their website that shows the most recent Google reviews. What they found was some of those Google reviews, our borrowers saying they had the best rate at the time. This is the best mortgage company in the city. Now, we all know that a mortgage originator cannot say I am the best, or we have the best rates or the lowest fees. What they're doing at the state level now is going, if your consumer says that about you and you allow it to be on your website, that is you advertising to the public through your website that you're the best. So yes, you will be held responsible for what people say about you in their reviews if it's on your website. Now, digging a little deeper into this one, they were fine with that being on Google, because when I go to Google, I know I'm just reading reviews that people put in there. I know that's a consumer. Their problem was that it was being listed on their website. So think about Facebook. When you're publishing on your Facebook page a testimonial that says best, a state will hold you liable for that or responsible for that, because that's you saying we're the best, even though it wasn't your words, it was your consumers. It's a weird little thing, but if you get examined by that state, you're going to run into the exact same thing. That's what I've got for you. Just know that your states are paying attention, and you got to do things right. Even if you're doing it right in one state, it still needs to be done right in every other state where you have a license. Have a great week.